Hello. Hey y'all, so it's Kristen here, and I don't know about you, but it's Monday, and sometimes Mondays are not the best, or maybe it could be a Wednesday, or whatever day, you might not have the best day going on, and you might struggle to try and stay positive and keep a good outlook. But I'm here to share with you guys quickly 5 ways to stay positive when you're having a bad day. And I use this for myself. Hey, Joy, just because, it's necessary. We don't want to just get stuck in that nasty mood, and then it just starts to infect the rest of our day, our interactions, and then it can even feed into other people's lives. So we know, it's Murphy's Law that the line that you get into, either the department store or the grocery store, whatever it is, doesn't move because there's a lady at the register who waited until the last minute to dig through, her overstuffed wallet for some kind of coupon or something. So then you change lanes, only to get stuck behind a man digging through his pocket to try and find exact change or something, So we all have those bad days, and it just seems like nothing is going right. But few can compete, with, we'll call him Charles. He's a man who's experienced a lifetime's worth of bad news, in one single day. He lived a stressful life, worked from morning till night without any spare time for annoyances. Little did he know that when he woke up one morning that he already had lost more than $200,000 embezzled from his inheritance by a family friend. In an unrelated turn of events, he lost his job at the same day, and that evening he discovered that his wife was filing for divorce. We don't have control over the way our life plays out, right? But we do not have to be a victim to its tyranny. So with a few savvy insights and some positive action steps I'm going to share with you, we can power through almost anything that comes our way. So maybe you've had some situations like my little story that I shared with you with Charles. You've lost a friend, lost a ton of money in an investment, blindsided by a family friend, or, maybe out of nowhere, your significant other just, throws it on you that they don't want to be with you anymore. So I have really done a lot of personal development and a lot of reading with different self-help guides and different seminars and webinars, and for the most part they usually come up with the same between 5 and 8 steps. And so I thought I would share with you guys these 5 steps because I use them quite often, and they're really the best ways for myself, and I think you guys might be able to have some takeaways as well in order to stay upbeat, positive, even when life does not seem like it is cooperating with you and you are just constantly at heads with it. So the first one is develop a plan. Like with anything in our life, we need to develop a plan. Often we just feel off, right? When we let it affect our day without finding out what it is that made us feel down or sad or depressed or ticked off. So identifying what's making you feel that way, be specific, and once that's done, you make a plan. Write out what you can do to turn around that sour mood, that, ticked off feeling. And in Psychology Today, there was an article by, I'm going to probably butcher her name, but her name is Meg Selig. She wrote an article called 13 Small Decisions That Will Ease Anxiety. And she says that if you start to ruminate over a situation that you've already planned for, tell yourself, stop, I've already made a plan, and that the very act of identifying that and planning can result in a tremendous stress relief. So that's where putting a plan in action or just having a plan can really help squash all of those thoughts and start just going over and over and over again, and then start to actually turn you into that crazy, irrational woman. Creating the plan. That's what's going to help you and really alleviate some stress and to stop those wheels turning. The second one is associate yourself with winners. So we tend to think like the people we hang around, right? That's nothing new. But often we don't stop to notice who we talk to every day. The groups, that bitch over 2 cents, gas gas hike is not likely to be the same group that discusses the latest stock options. So it's two different mindsets. Just like the greatest investment for the worry wart is to find, a cell that of positive-minded, successful people. So how did you get where you are? How do they think? And then let osmosis sort of begin. So if you are around a lot of negative people and people that are sort of like acting like they're the victims, like life is happening to them, they have no control over what they do, of their job, of their situation, of things that happen to them, then you're going to probably get sucked into that mindset and that frame of thought. If you try to remove yourself and try to surround yourself and interact more with people who are more active and actively getting what they want, trying to flip things around for the positive, and really taking action and control on the things that they can be in control in their life, as opposed to just this sit back and, life's just always been tough for me and I'm just never going to catch a break. Yeah, you're never going to catch a break because you're not doing a damn thing to catch that break. Nobody's lucky in order to be successful. They actually work their ass off, and success keeps coming because they keep working. They have massive action. They're not just sitting there waiting for, a miracle to happen. The third one is speaking with positive words. And so we tend to believe what we say to ourselves. And our minds literally go exactly in the direction of what our words are. So if we can't talk to ourselves into being more positive and into just loving ourselves, then we're not going to. Of course, there are certain things we can't talk ourselves into. We can't talk ourselves into being taller or thinner, but we can have a more positive outlook by noticing the good, anticipating a positive outcome, and then speaking out loud about it. It's almost impossible to shout, "I feel fantastic," in a depressed way. Like, I feel fantastic. Like, it just doesn't work. So there's a few verbal affirmations that you can say throughout the day will go a long way to lift those spirits. And you might need to just Google some really awesome quotes, or maybe you need some inspiration. So, maybe you need to listen to Les Brown or Tony Robbins, or Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher, whoever it is that connects with you, Joel Osteen. I can never remember his name now. It's Steve Furtick, I think. Whatever it is, find those few verbal affirmations and have them around. Put them on a Post-it note. Put them on a dry erase board so you can always read them, and they can lift your spirits when you need, when the bad days and the negative thoughts start coming in. The number 4 is laugh anyway. There's so much stress, over these days with politics, the economy, ozone layer, missing a button on your favorite shirt, or I've got a missing button on my favorite pair of shorts and I don't know how to sew a button on, so. But there is a consensus among many medical professionals that laughter will do you a world of good. So the Mayo Clinic article called Stress Relief from Laughter, it's no joke. It literally says that, and here's the word, I've never even used this word in my life, but a rollicking laugh fires up, then cools down your stress responses, and it can increase your heart rate. What's the result? It's a good, relaxed feeling. So to stay upbeat and positive, make laughter a deliberate part of your arsenal against feeling down, feeling depressed, letting that bad mood, that bad day take advantage. Maybe then you need to watch something funny. Maybe you need to watch, like an episode of Jackass to make yourself laugh. Whatever it is, do it. Laugh is going to then cool down your stress responses, and it's going to increase your heart rate and make you happier. The last one is execute. Once you've identified all this stuff and what deflates your spirit, make a plan to overcome it and develop some mental weapons. So I hope that I've given you some 4 other tips to help you figure that out, but you might have to bring out the big guns. Put your thoughts into action. It's hard to worry about a problem when you're busy solving it. I'll say that again. It's hard to worry about a problem when you are busy solving it. So there's no time to be passive. Get angry, get aggressive, attack your problems with a vengeance. So, I would recommend, this is what I do, that what right do they have to destroy your pleasure to get out of life, right? as far as it could be a person, thoughts, actions that have happened to you. What right do they have to destroy the pleasure that you get out of life? So the physical act of execution is a diabolical weapon against whatever ails you, and it can create a surprisingly sense of bliss in the midst of the turmoil. So like my story that I talked about, Charles, who had, a really rough day, losing his job, losing his $200,000 inheritance, having his wife wanting to divorce him, you could say that he arguably had a much worse day than you, or maybe he didn't. But adjusted to his loss, and even he forgave his thieving friend, used his skills to move forward into a new career. It was like the moment where, like, you know what? I've been miserable in this job. I'm going to see there's a door, an opportunity that is there that I never had the confidence to take. And that was the moment, yes, his wife wants to divorce him, but you know what? In the end, he probably met another beautiful woman in the process. He learned a lot about himself, found some new priorities, and then doesn't stress about the length of a department store line or a grocery store checkout line. Much happier than he had been in a long time, and looks for opportunities to share his success with others. So if Charles can do this, so can you. If I can implement these 5 steps, so can you. It will take time. It is creating a new habit. It is not allowing yourself to go down that rabbit hole and just sort of perseverate into that nastiness, the negativity, the anger, and that bad mood, and can let that shit day let that shit moment, I guess, turn into a really crappy day, and then it just continues on, and then it starts to then just ooze into other people's life, and then other people start having a really bad, crappy day, and they don't even realize what it was. So don't be that starting catalyst of why you are having a bad day, bad week, month, and then allowing that nastiness to just sort of infect everyone else around you. So on that note, I've got to take the kids to swim lessons, but hopefully if you are having a bad day, try to implement at least 2 to 3 of these 5 steps, and over time, I guarantee you that when you start having those bad days, refer back to these 5 steps, and you will be able to solve it or develop a plan and have positive words and execute it, and then you will not be able to worry about the problem because you are busy solving it. Bye, guys.